All right. Looks like I'm getting this whole live stream thing started. Let's see here. Find the top chat box right there. Excellent. Trying to get my second screen set up here so I can actually see it. Make sure my volume is turned down. Alright, looks like we can see the chat box. That is fantastic. Alright, so I'll give it just a minute here before going into too much detail. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this, even if it is re-recorded. It's recorded live on Tuesday night, February 27th at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're watching this any other time, you know, it's already been recorded there. So, alright, I will be doing a tool review tonight and hopefully taking some questions. Hi, baby doll. My lovely wife here to support me. Love you too. I'll be taking questions and just talking automotive stuff. If you have any problems with your personal vehicle you want to ask me, I'll see what I can do to answer. Yeah, any restoration questions. I don't know everything, nobody does, but I'll do my best to answer if I can. So, something pretty cool. You know, we had a lot of rain here in Texas, and you know, it's I mean, it's just been everywhere. It's pretty typical for this time of year. But decided to bring the rabbit in from the rain because the top needs to be replaced on it. So anyway, it's in the garage right behind the camera here, and I'll swivel around so we can see it here in a little bit. I started going a little bit further into the car and digging things out, and came across an original wrench that came with the car. I was pretty excited about that. Then I realized that I hadn't, you know, really dug into it that much. I just kind of, we got the car, I lifted it up, said, okay, there's the tire, there's the jack, and so on and so forth. So now I'm actually tearing it apart. Found this wrench, which was made in West Germany. It's pretty cool. So I'll see what I can do about cleaning the finish up on this and actually do a restoration on the wrench, which you'll be able to find on this old junk episode coming up soon. When I do it, it'll definitely be posted there, or maybe a how-to. I might do a how-to video on restoring old parts, because it's definitely worth keeping these things, you know, in good working order. Yeah, here's the old jack, because I mean, once they're gone, they're gone. Yeah, you can buy. Sometimes you can find reproduction, or you might find somebody who has aftermarket or one similar, but it'll never be the one that came with the car. So that's the idea, is trying to you know, restore some of these parts that came with the car and keep them with the car. But we'll see. Like I said, it'll be somewhere on my channel. In fact, I most likely will do a how-to, so help you guys out. Excuse me. Also got the boot out. If you don't know what a boot is, when you put the convertible top down and you're going down the road, a lot of air can still get inside that pocket and damage your top. You know, pull it away from the frame, or you know, put a lot of pressure against the back seal on the window. So a boot is a cover that you put on it, snap it down, and kind of cut the window. So the original boot is still with the car, which is great, but it's a little dingy and dirty. So I'm going to be cleaning that tonight. In fact, I may do it through this session. I don't know. In fact, I meant to do that. Oops. I was going to grab just some dish soap, water, something very mild. Start scrubbing this thing down while I'm talking. It's not too much noise here. So, speaking of, I'm using my external microphone. Hope it sounds good to you. This is the same microphone that I use when I'm recording my voiceovers and my YouTube videos. Camera quality I'm not so happy with. We'll give this thing a few weeks, maybe a month or two, see how it's going. If I get good feedback from it, then I might invest in a better external web camera so that the video quality is a little bit better. So, yeah. Also, I will be doing a giveaway. I decided to start doing giveaways every Tuesday night during my live. And to do this, the only way I know how to exchange information is either through Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter and let me know, who you are, if your name is called, then I can follow you back and message you, and we can exchange information that way, so that I can send you whatever I'm giving away. So that's just something I want to do every week for my viewers, just to show you that I appreciate you and to help spread my knowledge around, because I still read a lot, and what I'm giving away tonight is going to be one of 3 of my books out of my personal library, and 2 of them I've kind of either absorbed the knowledge that was in them or moved on, and the third one I actually have 2 copies of. So the first one of 3 items that I'll be giving away, and this will be your choice, basically, of which one of these books you want. The first one's called Geek My Ride, which is basically how to do infotainment systems into your vehicle. If you want to add cool little features. Okay, admittingly, this is a little bit old because it's showing how to install a GameCube in your ride. But you could definitely update the techniques and replace GameCube with Xbox or PlayStation, so on and so forth. How to mount it, the problems you might have reading a disc. Of course, a lot of media is downloaded nowadays, so I would consider doing that, and then using a external solid-state hard drive, and that would really help with saving the hard drive, so you don't damage it while going down the road. So, yeah. Anyway, just watch this, and this will be one of the books offered in tonight's giveaway. The other book I'm offering up is a Haynes manual for full-size Ford pickup trucks. How to install custom grills, how to install performance upgrades, how to do in-car video, brake upgrades, body upgrades, so on and so forth if you have a full-size Ford pickup truck. Used to have one. The only ones we have anymore are work trucks. And I'm not really doing too many performance or suspension upgrades on work trucks. And the last one is another, I think this is made by Haynes. No, my bad, it is not a Haynes manual. National Street Machine Club, how to detail your vehicle. And some really good tips in here for keeping your car looking fantastic. And again, even though you may be pretty proficient at these techniques like detailing your car or whatnot, it never hurts to look over and see what somebody else is doing and learn something. You know, that technique you've been using for 20 years may turn out another guy has a better way of doing it. So, another way I could do this giveaway is if you type your email address in the chat box. I can definitely contact you through that way if you feel like sharing your email. So, for those of you watching, type a question. I'll see if I can bring up an answer. And here in a little bit, I will be doing a tool review. So, may squeeze in 2 or 3, depending. But, yeah. So, I'm going to do a test run tonight. Tonight's kind of, see how it works. This video is not only being streamed, but it'll be uploaded to my channel after a while. And I should have a copy through my software here. And if I do, hopefully I can edit that out. And what I plan on doing is hopefully taking my live tool review and chopping it down and putting it in Mike's Tool Minute playlist. So, we'll see how that works. I don't know. It might fail epically. Got another new tool this week, and it's one that I've been looking at for a while now. It's from AOK Auto Sales. Let me get the exact website here. I don't want to steer you wrong here. But basically, when it came time to replace the top on the car, I wanted to try and do it myself. I try to do a lot of things myself just for the experience, and just knowing that I did the job right or that I did it wrong. So I went on YouTube and found a sample video of the top being installed by a professional, and he was doing it in a garage setting. Has about 50 years experience doing tops. And so I said, okay, well, if I decide to put this top on myself, I may buy his DVD. And I went hunting for somebody who could put the top on. And there was one interior shop who just turned the job down entirely by not returning my calls, basically. And the second interior shop I went to locally said he had never done a top before, but he'd be willing to give it a try. And I'm like, I don't really want you trying on my wife's car. So I called a buddy of mine in the air coolers and talked to him. He said up there in DFW it's anywhere from $700 to $1,000 for a top installation plus parts. So, well, I don't really want that. So I've had the top for a while and decided to bite the bullet and bought his DVD. It showed up yesterday. I haven't even opened it yet, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm probably going to put this in the player tonight and watch it on the computer here while I'm messing around in the garage. So, and then of course, this top installation will be on YouTube at that time. But I'm not going to copy the guy's DVD. I'm not just going to give y'all all the techniques that he showed me. Just out of respect for him, I will, if you look, I've put a link to his website there, and he's got top replacement specifics for all kinds of vehicles. So it's not like just a general top replacement video. It's a top replacement for your car. So if you have a convertible, you have to do a top, at least check it out. I don't know if it's any good or not. I'm just going off the sample here. But I will keep you informed once I do it and let you know. In fact, I may even do it live on, do a live stream. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when I get to do it. But hoping to start on it possibly this weekend. Today is Tuesday. It's supposed to rain all week, so I can't really do much outside. But, yeah, we'll see. So if you haven't, also I'll take a moment, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button if you are into car stuff. Lots of car stuff on my channel. My F100, 64 Impala, my wife's 66 Chevelle, a few VWs. So just hit subscribe and watch what the junk happens. So, let's see here. I guess I'll get into my box and get into a tool review here. Tonight, I'm going to be pulling out my ratchets. And you know what? I'm just going to pull them all out. I was just going to review one or two, but you know what? I'm just going to pull them all out here. Remember, if you have any questions or comments or just want to say hi, that's what the chat box is for. Alright, so one of the things I will mention is that I'm not anti-cheap tool at all. And cheap is a relative term. What I consider a cheap tool, you might consider great, and what I consider an average tool, you might consider expensive. All depends on your personal level there. But I think I'm going to start off with my most used. And my most used is this fine bit set that I got from Mac Tools some years ago. And this particular one has a part number of XR100SPA if you're interested in ordering one. Now what this is it has 120 teeth in the head here. So if you've ever been stuck in a... oh, hold on, I have a visitor. Hello, buddy. Okay, he's already gone that quick. Typical time. Oh, are we coming back? Oh, okay. So, 120 teeth. So, why this is good is if you've ever been in a tight situation to where you only have just a little bit of room to move, but there's slack in the ratchet, so you're not actually turning anything. All you're doing is wiggling your ratchet. But having 120 teeth, you get a lot of good little movements just to get your fastener loose. Plus, of course, it's got a swivel head, so once you get it up, you can twist it like that to pull it out once you've applied torque to it. Use the crap out of this. Now, I will say, being a mechanic, if you can get an impact on something, use it. The downside of that is having to get your airline out. Make sure that your airline's not caught on anything. Then try and get your ratchet in. If I've got like 1 or 2 bolts to break loose, I'm not going to go through all that. I'll just grab a ratchet. Or now, I've got that big monster impact, and that thing, I just love it. I can't say enough good things about that monster impact. But the bad part of this is I've broken the head on this thing twice. Even now, I've got to contact my dealer because it's getting hung up, and it just locks up on me. So that's the bad part, and that is only on my 3/8. I bought this as a set. My 1/2 inch I've had 0 problems with. My 1/4 inch I've had 0 problems with. But the 1/4 inch you're not putting a whole lot of torque on. And the 1/2 inch, the teeth are just a little bit bigger, a little bit more durable. this 3/8 kind of falls right in the middle of being able to brake. It takes more torque than the 1/4 inch drive. It just quite doesn't stand up to it. Now, does that make me think it's a bad reason not to buy these? No, I think I paid, I caught these on sale and paid, I want to say $129 for all 3, which was not a bad price at all. And it's got a lifetime warranty. So, the head breaks, I get it replaced, and then I break it again. So, not too worried about it. But I did decide one day I was at Lowe's to buy me another one. Now this one is not quite 120 teeth. I think it's something like 80 or 90. So it's not quite as fine as my other ratchet, but it's a lot more stout. So I can put more torque in this thing than I can in my other one without it breaking. And again, it's Cobalt. Lifetime warranty. I try to buy tools that have a lifetime warranty unless I'm using them 1 or 2 times and I don't really care. It's like, okay, I'll save 20 bucks, and if it breaks, it breaks. I'm only going to use it once or twice. So, my personal philosophy. Snap-on ratchet. Same thing, but this one has a pear head. So, while it's good for swiveling, and it's got this good angle, if you're trying to get in somewhere tight, that pear can oftentimes get in your way. And I've had the head replaced on this thing once, and, you know, again, lifetime warranty. Snap-on dealer even, you know, did it for me. I was actually a girl. I hand her my ratchet, and she changed the head out on it. Now this weird thing, somebody else bought, and I wound up with it. But it's weird, but I've used it quite a bit. 3/8, 1/2 inch, and 1/4 inch drive. So, like I said, it's one of those weird tools, but I sometimes wind up using it. I guess I haven't in a while, but I did use it a lot. Another Cobalt ratchet, 90 tooth, came with the set that I needed. Popular Mechanics. This is a cheap Walmart ratchet that I bought with my income tax money when I was 18 years old. I was so happy to get some new tools instead of, you know, robbing my dad's or whatever piecemeal tools I got. And I went to Walmart, freaking got me a whole set of sockets and wrenches and this ratchet. So I've had this ratchet 20 years now, and I did miss the flipper there. I've done so much work with this ratchet, it's not even funny. And still works. So I will admit, though, that I didn't use it professionally. I used it working on my own cars, but I've done engine swaps with this, engine builds with this, done a lot with this. But when I got to the shop, I didn't use more professional tools. I don't know that it would stand up to the everyday wear and tear of full hardcore shop use. Another Cobalt 1/4 inch ratchet. This is not quite as fine as my other one, but it works. Again, it's got a pear head and a swivel on it, but it works. Craftsman. These are actually, hey Micah, just seen your comment there. These are actually my wife's tools, and they wound up in my box. Surprisingly, my wife came with her own set of tools, which is awesome. And we were driving a semi-truck, and so I had my tools in the side box and had her tools in the side box, and here we are almost 20 years later, and they're still here. But I will say this is what I don't like about Craftsman, is the fact that they're square. So this makes it difficult when you're trying to wrench on something, and that square just doesn't feel right compared to a round handle. Or even better, if you're wrenching all day, a rubberized handle or some kind of grip there is much better on your hands than using this square. Same thing on the half inch. You got a big square drive there, or a big square handle there. I just don't care for it. This ratchet, obviously, you see it's had its share of use there, and it's a Stanley. Got this at Walmart on the cheap, but it's got something pretty awesome about it. You're ratcheting, but if you get to a tough spot or you just want to turn something loose, the handle turns. Let me get up and bring this closer to the camera here. It turns here, but it's not just directional. You can twist it like this, and it goes whichever direction you have it set to. It works back and forth. It seems like one of those novelty tools until you use it, and then it's freaking great. Again, tight space, you break the bolt loose, and you don't have that much room to work with. All day. It's awesome. Love that one. Breaker bars. You gotta have them if you're working on anything of any significant torque value. This is my half-inch breaker bar, and I've put cheater pipes on this thing. I freaking put 2 guys on this thing. Whatever it takes to freaking break bolts loose. And sometimes if the impact doesn't cut it, just add more torque. I have a 3/8 as well. Again, both of these are fantastic for breaking bolts loose. Let's see. All right. This ratchet is cobalt. Came with the set, but I almost want to call this a cursed ratchet. And it's weird, and I don't like it. And I'll show you why. Like I said, it came with a set, and I'll back up a second here. The set was great. It had a bunch of multi-use sockets. So the socket was one size for a square head, an inverted Torx, a 6-sided bolt, or a 12-sided fastener. Whichever was fantastic, which is why I got the set. But this ratchet does not make a sound. It does not click. That's worse than witchcraft. I mean, how can you even call yourself a ratchet if you don't click? Look, it's just silent. I don't know. I call these adult fidget spinners because I can't tell you how many times walking across the shop you spin the ratchet just to hear it. Now look, there's no sound. How do you know you're even turning the bolt if you don't hear it click? You know, it's like, I don't know. It pains my heart to know that somebody made that tool. I thought they did a good job. Alright, moving on. I've got my 1/4 inch speed tool here. Getting down into recessed bolts and extracting them. What's great about it is it has a 6-sided bit driver on it, so I don't have to just use it for sockets. I can put whatever bit I need to on it to get down into Allen head, torque head, whatever. If I can put a bit in here, I can reach it and speed it. Kind of the same thing here, but check this out. It's 1/4 inch. It's also flexible. You got to get that bolt behind the dash, or I've had to use this in engine compartments. So you're trying to loosen that oddball hose clamp. You can reach down in behind somewhere and add some torque to it. So yeah. Hey Zach, what's up, buddy? Thanks for dropping in. And last but not least, I have my brace. And this is an older tool, but still again useful, and it's very similar to my my speed wrench there. This is good for engine work. You know, you can apply a little bit more torque and just speed things out, speed things in, bracing yourself on it, which is why it's called a brace. In fact, used to this was in combination called a brace and bit, which started out with as a woodworking term. Old woodworking term was brace and bit because you would use this to brace, and there would be a drill bit attachment here for boring into wood. Before, we had electric drills. So before there was electric drills, there was brace and bits, and now, as a mechanic, I still use a brace, but without the bit. Use the socket instead. So, that's my little tool review on my ratchets. If y'all have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments there. I will answer them if I can, if I am knowledgeable enough to give you the correct answer. And for those of you who showed up late, I am doing a giveaway tonight. In fact, I'm giving away your choice of one of 3 books out of my personal library. And I will go back over those 3 books in just a moment. Right, those 3 books are Geek My Ride for putting infotainment, radios, and other cool little electronics into your vehicle. Detailing Techniques for keeping your ride looking clean and healthy. And a Haynes Manual for full-size Ford pickup trucks for doing customizations, body work, suspension work, engine work, so on and so forth. Now, let me see if I can find who's actually viewing tonight. Okay, so y'all bear with me. This is only my second time doing a live here. Let's see who is participating. Me and Zach. Okay, so I think that's just the chat. It shows who's participating in the chat. Let's see here. Well, I guess it doesn't show me who's watching and who's not. So I'm going to have to rely on y'all to tell me that you're here or not. So far, Micah and Zach are the only 2 people who have actually checked in. So, yeah, I guess for my giveaways, that's how I'm going to have to do it. Is just ask everybody to check in when it's time for the giveaway. So, yeah. All right. I also got another new toy that came in the other day, but I've been waiting on the weather to clear up. And that's flip a coin. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably just put name in a box and pull a thing out. Like, here you go. Woo! Have like a Price is Right moment, or I can't believe I won this book. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. When it's time for the giveaway, which I'll do the giveaway here in about 10 minutes, then I will, I'll throw it in the box there. Delayed chat. Well, it doesn't really surprise me. get that ready. Here's a pen. Got some post-it notes right here. Post-it notes, pen, box. Alright, which we'll get to in a little bit. So, my let Victor pick, I could do that. Or let Victor come pick one. Maybe I should dump the thumbtacks out of the box I was going to use, though. I mean, yeah, it's like drawing with blood. Alright, so, if you are following me on Twitter or Facebook, you'll know I got my truck running a couple of weeks ago, and my YouTube channel hadn't quite caught up to that yet. In fact, that's actually the next episode I'm working on, is my my truck repairs and so on and so forth. Well, I've got to get my truck inspected, and I am a state inspector, so I know my tires would fail. If I were inspecting my truck, I would fail my tires. But I don't want to fail. I don't want my truck to fail. I don't really put that many miles on it. I drive it a lot, but I'm driving it like 5-10 miles at a time. So I am going to take my tires off, freshen up my rims, freshen up my tires, and do the white lettering on them. In hopes that when the inspector looks at the tires, they look so good he doesn't look too close at them. And notice that I'm starting to get some dry rot on them. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, writing down names for the giveaway here. And Allie, since you are married to me, that makes you ineligible according to the rules that I just made up of keeping these books for yourself. So far I've got 2 participants, Zach and Micah. It's funny. So one of y'all will be the winner of my book, Learn Y'all Something. Ah, man. Did I also mention it's allergy season in Texas? Alright. So, let's spin the camera around and show y'all what I was talking about earlier with this, this boot here.
Daddy, you're in trouble.
I'm in trouble? How did I get in trouble? I made a bad decision.
Yeah, by drinking all your tea.
By drinking all my tea. So I drank my own tea, and that was a bad decision.
Yeah, because you drink it too fast.
I drank it too fast. Why, did you want my tea? Did you want to drink some of my tea?
No, I wanted to drink all of it.
Oh, really? You didn't want some of it, you wanted all of it, huh?
Yeah.
Don't you think that's a little greedy? Watch your finger, don't get your finger caught in the door, that's gonna hurt. And stop riding the door. Get your foot out of the pet door. Alright. Thank you, sir. It's literally hanging off the door. I'm still in trouble?
Yeah.
What for?
Drinking it too fast.
Drinking my tea too fast, huh?
And let me give you a spanking.
Here, look. What's Daddy got right here? Tea. So if I give you some of my tea, am I no longer in trouble? Well, all of my trespasses against your thirst be forgiven.
Drink all your tea.
Okay. Did you drink all of it yet?
No, we're just right here.
Okay. All right.
I want to see rats.
Okay, here, let Daddy help you. Look, whoa, there's still a huge amount of tea in there.
Oh, just right here.
That's ice, yeah. All right.
Oh, just about here.
All right. So, yeah. So I'm gonna turn the camera where you can see the kind of the before shot of this this booth before I get a hold of it tonight and clean it up a little bit. Hopefully the camera can see it here. Kind of waiting for the delay to catch up.
I'm taking all that in tea. Taking all that in tea.
So hopefully y'all can see that. I won't know for just a few more seconds here. Yeah. All right, so we can see it. It doesn't really show how dirty it is. Let's just say it's dirty. Let's just say it's been in the trunk for 30 years. And that white, not exactly white. What are you doing, silly? No, don't put it on my mouse, please.
I did.
I know you did, and I'm asking you not to. Okay? Alright, there we go. Alright, so, I guess I'm going to do this giveaway here. Alright, go with Mama. Get cleaned up. I don't like you spitting on me, okay? It's not a good decision. Thank you, sir. Alright, so I guess I'm doing the giveaway here. And the lucky winner of a new book. Micah. Alright, Micah. Tell me which book you want between the Geek My Ride, Detailing Techniques, or full-size Ford pickup trucks. And I have your contact info on Twitter. So I will get your address from you and get those dropped in the mail and on their way to your house, or whichever one you picked. Get it dropped in the mailbox and on its way to your house. So, yeah. Now what to do for the other 10 minutes? 17. I guess I'll grab another tool, do another tool review. That's funny. Alright, so the next tool that I'm going to be reviewing is my Mac Tools bit driver set. This is one of my favorite tools. I use almost every day. Awesome. When I bought this, I caught it on sale. Again, I want to say it was $129. but it came with a 3-piece little ratchet set. And this little ratchet has a hole there for bits. So instead of being a 1/4 inch or a 3/8 or a 1/2 inch, you can fit any common 6-sided bit in there. And now you've got a ratchet for doing what you need to do. Like I said, it's a 3-piece set, and I just keep one of them in my set at all times. This one has a swivel on the head. So again, getting into tight spaces is pretty awesome. But just about any kind of bit that you'll find yourself using is in here. And every one of them is lifetime guaranteed. So if you strip one or you break one, it gets replaced for you. This set comes with 2 different drivers. The first one's the most common, and this one doesn't have it. Okay, this one doesn't have the insert. The other ones like this have a little holder here with bits that you can store in here. I never use it because I grabbed the whole set, but I just thought it might still be in there, but it's not. Reversible, of course, so and it's got the little grip there on the shaft to help you spin it in tight spaces or fast. Good grip on it. The second one here is a T-handle for getting more torque onto what you're working on. So if you can't quite break it loose with that, sometimes you can just put a bit here and crank on it to break it loose, or here, crank on it to break it loose, or again, just use it as a speed wrench. Now, when I say every kind of bit imaginable, I'm not exaggerating. If you're using 6-sided Allen, it's got the ball style for 6-sided Allens to have a pivot to get in there. If you watch my live stream test video, you'll see why the benefits and the downsides of using those. Flatheads, Phillips heads. We've got those, let's see, it's in another row. Got those crazy 3-sided Phillips heads, if you've ever seen those, instead of 4-sided. They have 3-sided. That is a type of security bit, mostly used to keep people out of stuff. Then there's the security bit for Allen heads. So instead of just having an Allen head, your fastener will have an Allen head plus a shaft sticking out of it. So you can't use just a regular Allen head on it. So, Allen head security bit. And that comes in standard and metric sizes. Torx bit, same thing, security Torx. They've got the star-shaped insert, but a nipple sticking up. Gear drive. If you've ever had a gear drive fastener, that's what you need to get it off. And I have ran into a few situations where I've needed that. So all in all, I want to say it's got over 100 pieces to it. But the point is that I've been able to take off most things with this set. Love it. And curious if any of y'all in the comments can tell me what this is used for. It is for taking a fastener out. And it's also got a couple of adapters to go to 1/4 inch drive if you want to use the driver for small 1/4 inch sockets as well. So, yeah, like I said, one of the staples in my box. I absolutely love it. Yes, it's more than your typical Stanley $17.99 set that you find at Walmart, but being a professional and all the benefits it comes with, can't turn it down. Well, like I said, it came with a 3-piece set. There's the second piece to that set, which is just the same as the other one, except it's fixed here. It doesn't have the angle. And it's got an extension, a bit extension. So if you need to reach out a little bit further, you've now got a bit extender. This little set by itself is like $80, which is crazy that it came free with this set. So it's like a $200 set that I got for $120. And that's what I usually try to do with tools, is catch them on sale. You know, I just kind of keep my eye on things that I want and wait for them to go on sale. Now, a lot of times my tool dealer won't know what's on sale until about a month ahead of time. So sometimes he'll kind of give me a heads up on that. But you know, for the most part, I just wait. You know, in fact, Warren Buffett said the transfer of wealth is from the impatient to the patient. So think about that. And no, it is not a thumb screwdriver. It is actually a wing nut tool. So if you got, you know, wing nut, that slips right on the uprights of a wing nut, so you can crack a wing nut loose or torque it down. And MacGyver, thank you for joining us tonight. I've already done our giveaway. We had a giveaway earlier of a couple of books here, and we already had that drawing like 5 minutes ago, and I'm waiting for Micah there to tell me which one of those books he wants, and they will be on the way to him. So, yeah. All right, got just a couple of more minutes here before we call it a night. Do y'all have any questions or anything specifically you'd like me to go over? Just type it in the comments there. Wife said there's a little bit of delay on the comments, so I will do my best to answer them as quickly as possible. You know what? It is Tool Tuesday, which the reason that I was doing this show on Tuesday is Tool Tuesday. So, you know what time it is? Time for me to oil my tools. Just for maintenance purposes, go through, put a few drops of oil in my air tools. Whether I use them or not, it's good maintenance. So if you have air tools, most of the guys in my shop would oil their tool right before they used it. And this is actually a bad practice. The reason why is because I just put this oil in. Then I'm going to hook air to it and blow it completely through the machine. And most of it winds up coming out the exhaust, the excess. So, the best time to oil your tools is actually at the end of the day. So, you oil them at the end of the day. The oil has time to run and sit inside the tool and lubricate what it can while it's resting, right? Plus, there's a lot of bare metal parts inside of this tool. So at night, when the tool's resting for 12, 18 hours, whatever it is, that's when rust happens. That's when the tool is resting. So that's when you want the most lubrication. So oil them at the end of the day. When you come in tomorrow, you don't have to worry about it. Grab it, hook it up, you're ready to go. If you use this tool, oil it up at the end of the day. Now, if I don't use the tool, I still oil it on Tuesday, so I know I've got oil in there. In fact, I'm not going going to show you now, there's just a little bit of oil residue in my tray here from oiling things and them not being used, essentially. So it doesn't take much, just a couple of drops to help keep your tools alive for many years to come. Now, I will say this, I do buy a lot of high-end tools, but one thing that does not have a lifetime warranty is air tools. Hey, MacGyver, thanks for letting me know about the volume. I'm actually using an external microphone here, and I wasn't quite sure how it's picking up. So, that's it right there. Yeah, so it probably only picks up when I'm right in front of the mic, I'm guessing. So I'll do what I can about adjusting this mic and go from there, but I appreciate the feedback for sure. So anyway, that Tool Tuesday reminder was just for my wife. You know, she actually gave that suggestion to me. Because Tools Tuesday, so on and so forth. Not near as hectic as Monday. You know, so, yeah. And oil is the lifeblood of these tools. I cannot stress that enough. Not only that, but some of these tools take grease on top of oil. Like this one. And you need a little specialty grease gun to make that happen. That's it. Just put a little bit of grease in there. So, whenever I get a new tool, I like to read over the maintenance on it. You know, because I plan on keeping it for, you know, as long as I can. So, it's good to have good maintenance practice on your tools. Tell you what, let me, yeah, that's going to be right in front of the camera there. I'm going to go back and watch this video once I'm done and kind of play around with the microphone here and see what I can do. So, yeah, one that goes on my shirt. You know, I was looking at one of those for recording while I'm working on the vehicle. And I found some that I could actually use with my cell phone. So that way, the only thing I'm out is the price of the mic. And record it onto my cell phone, then transfer it to the computer. And, like, for example, on Friday nights when me and Philip are working on the Mustang, have one on each of us. So I'll have my voice, he'll have his voice. I'll make it a lot easier for me to transfer that to my videos when I'm done. It's more work for me, but I think it'll produce a better quality video. With that being said, I'll look and see what I can do about improving my audio quality. I don't know if I can get a wireless one that would work with the computer. That'd probably be the best route to go. I'll look into that and see what I can get a wireless clip-on style for sure. But, well, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all joining in on this Friday or Tuesday night live. And I will be back next Tuesday night at the same time, 8 p.m. Central. 9 p.m. Eastern, and I guess that would be 6 p.m. on the west coast of the United States. And if there's anybody in Europe, I have no idea what time it is. Or Russia. I don't speak Russia. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next week.